Immigrants have always had a difficult time coming to this country, but after 9/11, there is no doubt that things got much tougher. Immigration policy should be generous, it should be fair, it should be flexible. With such a policy, we can turn to the world and to our own past with clean hands and a clear conscience. John F. Kennedy. This is a story of Icy and one man. Ralph Eisenberg is the Gringo Shindler.
I will admit that I've said that ICE is nothing more than a bunch of bullies and thugs that likes picking on those that are not capable of defending themselves.
The issue here, Ms. Moreno, is whether or not you should be deported in this case. The allegation of the United States government is that you entered the United States illegally with forged and false documents. Do you understand what the case is about?
Mis hijos. Quiero ver a mis hijos. ¿Por qué me haces esto?
There are so many positive things to say about this woman that it just makes me sick to my stomach at the way ICE is treating her.
Even though I feel American, I am an American, the law doesn't recognize me as an American. I'm willing to serve my country, I'm willing to fight for this country. I want to go to college and better myself, and I'm at risk of deportation. And it is heartbreaking. That can't be who we are.
The man that I voted for has set the deportation record of all time, and last year my president sent 200,000 people back to a foreign land when those 200,000 people had committed no crime whatsoever, and they had a spouse that was a U.S. citizen, and they had a child that was a U.S. citizen, and if he used the size of the same family, somewhere between 600 and 1 million people now have got a broken family. And I ask you, does that sound like anything that we might have gone through?
Bye, Mom. Al rato te veo. Y dije, ok, mijos, se portan bien, se van bien en la escuela y ahí los veo al ratito. La cosa es que en ese día, ese momento, yo no sabía que iba a ser el último día.
She gets picked up and she gets charged with an offense of entering the United States unlawfully. After 10 months of being in detention, it is discovered that Yadira is a citizen of the United States. Icy is in a daily fight to prevent foreign nationals from being deported when they have children and spouses, which are U.S. citizens. This is called extreme family separation. The end result is that ICE makes certain that to the world, the United States no longer welcomes you.
He vivido la experiencia de estar escuchándolos, de estar teniendo llamadas todos los días a las 8 de la mañana, personas que han estado en la cárcel que me hablan, o hay veces a las 2, 3 de la mañana que están en la cárcel, que se sienten mal, o muchas veces que están siendo deportados. A media madrugada tener que estar levantándome para escuchar sus voces, sus angustias, el saber de que van a ser deportados a un país que no conocen.
A little bit over an hour, your nightmare is going to be over.
Rosa es la señora que estaba detenido por más de un año en ICE detention en El Paso. Nosotros ahorita vamos a ir a recibirla porque la acaban de soltar hace unas horas, y ahorita viene en camino aquí a Dallas. Vamos con su familia a recibirla al aeropuerto y pues para allá vamos.
We see Rosa walk up to the ramp and will soon be hugging her children, is a sight that is not often seen in the immigration world. And that is because immigration attorneys often do not consider out-of-the-box thinking when it comes to extreme family separation. There is no telling whether Rosa's 2 kids, one of which could go on and become a president, one of which could go on to become a doctor, that wins a Nobel Prize. We just don't know. But if the family is separated, we do know that there will be no family.
En esta cajita tengo partes de huesitos de mi hijo, de lo que mi hija levantó. Lo siento aquí a mí, lo siento conmigo y esto que tengo de él para mí es muy valioso.
How can you ignore a situation where you've got a 10-year-old child that is on the streets of El Salvador or anywhere else for that matter when their parents are in the United States?
It's easier for you to say because it's, you.
Okay. Okay.
I've been
Okay.
in there for 10
Okay.
months. I'm scared.
I have been to China. Excuse me, okay? And I've been there and called my staff and called every friend I had and said, I am not coming back to the United States until I bring my wife with me. So I have a little bit of a feeling of what that's like.
One of the things we had discussed was his affection and his understanding of Oskar Schindler. And there's a special moment in the book and in the movie where he is presented with a golden ring by the survivors that he saved. And the inscription reads something along the lines of, "He who saves a single life saves the world entire." And I know that Ralph has saved many families, not just a single life, but many families. So I guess in that sense, he's saved the universe entire.
And look at the time when he was arrested. Just a month or two into it.
So he wasn't even working for the home.
No, see? It's just look, 8, 7, a month difference. He could have, his foreman probably was still under the impression that it belonged to his company.
He was absolutely innocent.
He was in, obviously. Tell me otherwise.
Title changed to a different company and he picked up the material for the old company.
Yeah. See?
Well, aren't we just geniuses? Okay. It's not clear, and the police officer, how can he arrest it when he didn't see any of it?
Yo diría que no, pues no puedo decir también. Bueno, aquí no está grabando, imagino que no. Y ahorita que diga, este hijo es su madre. No, pues que no es justo lo que nos hizo emigración, porque nosotros estuvimos. Sin embargo, a ella cuando le pusieron un aparato, estuvimos bien con las reglas también por lo mismo. Para que cuando quisiera arreglar no tuviéramos un tropiezo como el que tuvimos ahorita.
According to ICE, the current field director, Simona Flores, came out of New Orleans. Her job in New Orleans was to lead the effort to mass deport Hispanic foreign nationals that had been invited to New Orleans to clean up the mess, and then upon the mess being cleaned up, were deported in a fashion that was totally unfair and ruthless.
What we're doing is not normally done.
Ralph Eisenberg is the Gringo Shindler.